everyone, welcome back to Active Mindfulness. And today I just want to tell you a little bit about this phenomenon that you might have even heard of. And this phenomenon is known as forest bathing. So forest bathing actually comes from a Japanese term, Shinrin-yoku, which can be defined as really making contact with and taking in the atmosphere of the forest. So really being present within a natural environment. So in itself, it could be said to be a form of mindfulness because it's about really being with your experience of that forest. So typically to practice forest bathing, you would go out into the middle of a forest area and really start to take it in. So you're taking in the smells, sounds, the sense of touch by going right up to and touching the trees or the ground, feeling the ground beneath your feet. Really connecting with what you can see, hear, touch, and smell. So rather than just being in the forest and carrying on in your head, thinking about other things, you're really connecting with the natural landscape. So why is this helpful? Why would you want to do this? Well, actually, studies suggest that it can have a lot of positive mental and physical health benefits. So a study that was published in the Journal of Preventative Medicine and Health in 2010 conducted an experiment to see what the benefits were. They actually conducted their experiments in 24 different forests, and each forest location had 12 participants taking part. So it was quite a lot of people taking part in this study. What they did was they took some of the participants to a city location and they took others to the forest for some forest bathing. And then the next day they would swap them around. So beforehand and during, the participants were measured for their cortisol level, their stress hormone level, their blood pressure, their pulse rate, and their heart rate, so that we could get a good sense of what was going on for them physiologically during this time. And what was found was that when participants were in the forest bathing group, even though it was only a short time that they were forest bathing for, they had lowered cortisol levels, they had a lower pulse rate, they had lower blood pressure, they had a decrease in all the symptoms of the sympathetic nervous system, all those symptoms that we tend to associate with anxiety, with fight, flight, with being stressed. And they actually had an increase in the parasympathetic nervous system. So this is the opposite of stress. This is a more relaxed response, the kind of feeling that you get when you're really chilled out, there's nothing to worry about, there's no problems, perhaps you've got a couple of days on the beach. So these results might seem remarkable, and it's quite easy to dismiss one set of results. But another study that was published in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health in 2017 confirmed this. And what they did was kind of a meta-study that they took lots of different research studies and analysed their effects and kind of put them together to see what the bigger picture of this was. And they found that overall, the evidence suggested that nature therapies could significantly decrease symptoms of modern day stress, sometimes known as techno-stress, the kind of day-to-day stress that we experience living in our modern, particularly urban worlds. So if you do want to get started with this and give it a try, there's some simple steps that you can follow. Number one is find yourself some forest or some woods or a natural environment that you would like to bathe in. Number two, take yourself there and disconnect yourself from technology and from the world. Turn off your phone. Number three, find a place to sit and observe. So find yourself a big log where you want to sit, or lay down. When you do a forest bathing organized activity, often there are blankets laid out over large branches that you can lay in and really just focus on what you can see, what you can hear, and what you can touch. So really just getting in touch with the forest. And the most important of these senses to get in touch with is the sense of touch. And we want to really connect with the forest, connect with the earth. So touch the trees, pick up leaves, fir cones to have a look at. Feel the earth on your fingers. Remember the fun that you had as a kid, jumping through a pile of autumn leaves? Here's your chance to really create that. And of course, your mind will wander. Perhaps as you jump in the leaves, it will wander to, not supposed to do this, I'm an adult, or I'm going to have to wash my clothes, or I'm getting too muddy. And that's just a part of the mindful element of forest bathing, is that you just notice that the mind has wandered and just guide it back to the touch, to the feel, to the smell, to the sounds of really being in the forest. So why not give it a go today and let me know how you get on.